It's Tuesday, 25th March, 10:30 p.m. Dear viewers, you're still watching us on ERi-TV. Presenting you the domestic and international news prepared for this session, live from our headquarters in Asmara is me, Harmela Gurmai. Inviting you to join us on our tonight's news broadcast. Let's start with the major headlines. 48th anniversary of the liberation of Nakfa observed. Bee Farmers Association Activity Assessment Meeting. WFP cuts food rations as new refugee arrivals test its Burundi operations. And India's crude imports from Russia surge. In our domestic news, the 48th anniversary of the liberation of Nakfa was enthusiastically observed on 23rd March with various activities. Nakfa has been liberated on 23rd March 1977 after 6 months of encirclement and offensive and not to be occupied again by enemy occupation forces. The commemorative event was attended by senior government and PFDJ officials, religious leaders, village elders, heads of national associations and numerous Nakfa residents. Mr. Mohammed Ali Shele, Managing Director of Nakfa Subzone, stated that the objective of the commemoration is to pass on to the young generation the history of the heroic feats demonstrated by the gallant liberation fighters during the struggle to liberate Nakfa. Mr. Mohammed Ali further noted that the commemoration of Nakfa's liberation reflects the strong resilience, perseverance, and unity of purpose of the Eritrean people. He also called for strengthened contributions and participation in the nation-building process. The event featured artistic and cultural performances, highlighting the heroism of the liberation fighters and depicting the significance of the occasion. In other news, the Bee Farmers Association in Eritrea conducted an activity assessment meeting on 21st March. During the meeting, it was reported that due to the strong efforts of the association's members, a significantly honey harvest was collected compared to previous years. Mr. Gede Haile, chairman of the association, stated that the collaborative efforts with agricultural experts are yielding encouraging results in honey production. Mr. Binyam Andabrahan, representative of the Agricultural Office in the subzone, urged association members to adopt scientific beekeeping methods and to follow the guidance provided by experts. There are currently 55 beekeepers who are members of the association in Eritrea subzone. Dear viewers, do stay tuned for our international news right after the short break. Welcome back. The sheer increase in refugees in need of aid has placed a significant strain on WFP food assistance programs in Burundi. Since January 2025, nearly 70,000 people, mainly women, children and the elderly, have fled fighting in Democratic Republic of Congo to Burundi, many making dangerous rivers crossing and walking long distances in search of safety. WFP currently only has the funds to sustain operations for refugees through June. Without additional financial support, WFP will be forced to suspend food assistance entirely from July or even earlier as refugee numbers continue to increase as conflict in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo intensifies. The agency urgently needs $19.8 million to maintain adequate support to the most vulnerable until the end of the year and reminds to nations and organizations to play their role on supporting the victims. The war between the rivals government of Democratic Republic of Congo and the rebels M23 is heading into dangerous path according to reports. On our last international news, Indian imports of Russian crude oil have rebounded significantly in March, with lower prices making it more economical for refiners, the Financial Express reported on Monday. The cheaper prices have also led to an increase in the availability of non-sanctioned tankers, making it easier for Indian companies to transport oil. As a result, India's Russian oil imports have rebounded in March after the previous months, the report added. According to data from Kepler, India's Russian oil imports increased significantly in the first 21 days of the month, averaging 1.85 million barrels per day. This represents a substantial rise from the 1.47 million barrels per day imported in February and the 1.64 million barrels per day imported in January, according to Kepler data. Russian oil accounts for over 35% of India's total oil imports in March, up from approximately 31% in February, the report added. The surge has helped Moscow solidify its position as a major oil supplier to Asian countries. Dear viewers, we are done with the news prepared for this session, and now it's a time for a quick recap of the major headlines. 48th anniversary of the liberation of Nakfa observed. The Farmers Association Activity Assessment Meeting. WFP food cuts as a new refugee rivals test its Burundi operations. And India's crude imports from Russia surge. Ladies and gentlemen, that was all for tonight. Thank you for joining us and have a blessed one.